What? You don't want to watch 7 Mission Impossible movies before watching the last one? Fine. Here is all 7 told short. Ethan Hunt is an agent for the IMF, the Impossible Missions Force. During an operation in Prague, his entire team is killed, including their leader Jim Phelps. Ethan is accused of being a mole inside the agency. Determined to clear his name, he joins forces with disavowed hacker Luther Stickle and pilot Franz Krieger. Together, they steal the NOC list, which contains the identities of all undercover agents, and discover that Jim Phelps faked his death and is the real traitor. The mission ends with Phelps dead, Ethan's name cleared, and Luther reinstated into the IMF. In Mission Impossible 2, Ethan is tasked with stopping former IMF agent Sean Ambrose, who has stolen a deadly virus called Chimera, along with its cure, Bellerophon. Ethan recruits Nia Nordhoff Hall, a skilled thief and Ambrose's ex-girlfriend, to help get close to him. Nia is infected with the virus, forcing Ethan to act quickly. In a high-stakes confrontation, Ethan kills Ambrose, destroys Chimera, and saves Nia with the cure. Nia does not return in later missions. In Mission Impossible 3, now semi-retired Ethan is training new agents and engaged to Julia Meade, who believes he has a safe, ordinary government job. When his former trainee, Lindsay Ferris, is killed on a mission, Ethan is pulled back into the field to capture arms dealer Owen Davian. Davian kidnaps Julia to force Ethan into stealing a mysterious object known only as the Rabbit's Foot. Ethan kills Davian in the final confrontation and rescues Julia, who helps revive him after he's incapacitated. By the end, Julia learns the truth about Ethan's work. In Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Ethan is broken out of a Moscow prison to lead a mission. When the Kremlin is bombed during an operation, the IMF is blamed and shut down under Ghost Protocol. Ethan's team, Benji Dunn, William Brandt, and Jane Carter, must operate without support to stop nuclear extremist Kurt Hendricks from launching a missile strike. The chase takes them to Dubai, where Ethan scales the Burj Khalifa to complete the mission. In the end, Hendricks is stopped, and it is revealed that Julia is alive and living under a new identity for her safety. In Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, after the IMF is officially shut down and absorbed into the CIA, Ethan Hunt goes into hiding. While undercover, he is captured by the Syndicate, a covert network made up of former government agents from around the world, responsible for global acts of terrorism. He escapes with the help of Ilsa Faust, an undercover MI6 agent. Ethan reunites with Benji Dunn, Luther Stickle, and William Brandt to prove the Syndicate's existence and stop its leader, Solomon Lane. The team follows leads across multiple countries, including an underwater break-in to retrieve critical data and a high-speed motorcycle chase. Ilsa's shifting alliances create tension between the IMF, MI6, and her personal mission. The film ends in London, where Ethan traps Lane inside a bulletproof cell. Lane is taken alive, but the Syndicate's influence is not entirely gone. 2 years after capturing Solomon Lane, Ethan Hunt and his IMF team, Benji Dunn and Luther Stickle, try to recover stolen plutonium from the Apostles, a terrorist group made up of former Syndicate operatives. After losing the plutonium, Ethan is ordered to work with CIA agent August Walker. Their investigation leads them to the White Widow, a black market broker who arranges a deal for the plutonium in exchange for Lane's release. Ethan frees Lane but plans to recapture him, while learning that Walker is actually John Lark, the true leader of the Apostles. CIA Director Erica Sloan questions Ethan's loyalty, and IMF Secretary Alan Hunley is killed by Walker in London. The mission ends in Kashmir, where Julia is working at a medical camp. Luther and Julia disarm one bomb, while Ethan stops Walker and secures the detonator, saving the camp. Lane is captured again, but both the Apostles and the White Widow remain active. Ethan Hunt and his IMF team discover the Entity, a powerful artificial intelligence that has gone rogue and can manipulate digital information worldwide. Control of the Entity depends on a special key, split into 2 halves. Ethan chooses to go against official orders and destroy the Entity, fearing no one should control it. During his mission, Ethan encounters Grace, a skilled thief who becomes entangled with the IMF after stealing part of the key. Ilsa Faust aids the team but is killed by Gabriel, an operative tied to Ethan's past and now working with the Entity. The White Widow also returns, serving as a broker in the deal for the key and further complicating loyalties. The climax takes place on a train in the Alps, where Ethan secures one half of the key and rescues Grace, who agrees to work with the IMF. Gabriel escapes with the other half, leaving the Entity still in control. The story ends unresolved, setting the stage for Part 2. That's it for the Mission Impossible movies. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more quick rundowns before the next big release. Drop a comment with your favorite Mission Impossible moment, and I'll see you in the next video.